So a board on a budget still has to comply with Local Law 84 and 87. Local Law 84 would have a fine of $2,000 a year, and Local Law 87 would have a fine of $5,000 a year. So even if you're on a budget, you still need to comply with those two laws. Inside of Local Law 84, you will have to annually benchmark or put your utility data into a database. You can't do it yourself, really. You could, but it's better to get an expert to do it for you. And they can provide you information on how you can save energy, possibly with no expenditures whatsoever, just understanding your energy use. For example, there might be an anomaly that occurs early in the year that causes a massive use of energy. Nobody even noticed it before, but now because somebody's looking at it for you professionally, they can make a recommendation. Perhaps the air conditioning is coming on too soon and it's coming on at the same time the heating system is. So for a very small expenditure, a very simple control, it would make sure that the air conditioning doesn't come on at the same time that the heating is on. And it saves that kind of, saves a significant amount of energy. In Local Law 87, somebody is going to look more thoroughly at your building. And in there will be recommendations for expensive items, perhaps a new boiler, a new air conditioning system, new windows, very expensive, very long payback. There will also be, or should also be, you should encourage your contractor to give this to you, low-cost measures. These low-cost measures can come from something as simple as turning the thermostat back. I know everybody thinks that that's a good measure. Some people actually implement it as a good measure. Some people like it cold at night. But when you see it in a report and you can see that there's 25 to 30% savings just by going back a handful of degrees at night when you have blankets on anyway, if everybody in the building did it, and if everybody across New York City did it, it'd be an enormous amount of savings. That right there can be very, very significant in a multifamily facility. Another item which is a little bit pricier, but it has such a major impact if you have a steam system, is steam traps. When steam traps fail, it makes noise in the steam system, which everybody's familiar with, but in reality, nobody should be familiar with. Failed steam traps are so prevalent, everybody thinks that it's normal. It's not normal to hear noise in a steam system. You should not hear it. That kind of an issue causes people to be overheated, open their windows, which makes other people get cold because the window open on one side of the building is going to draw through cold air on the other side of the building. The cold person turns up the heat, the warm person gets warmer, and it just gets worse and worse. That's such a major impact. So fixing steam traps leads to being able to close windows. And another item related to open windows is air conditioners in the window. Leaving an air conditioner in the window in this wintertime is a significant impact on an energy use. It's like having an open window. An air conditioner is basically leaving a window open in the middle of the winter time. And again, if you have one open on an air conditioner in on one side of the building and an air conditioner in a window on the opposite side of the building, you now get a draw through of cold air and the whole system goes out of whack. So for a very small amount of money, you could really have a major impact on the energy use of the building. We live in New York. New York is basically a heating weather zone. We have some air conditioning and it does feel hot here sometimes, but in reality, it doesn't get that hot for a very long period of time. We're in a heating zone. So anything we can do to reduce heating use is really going to have a major impact.